an hour and a half. And right here, I sat for about 10 minutes. I was watching Eddie VR playing it, and he sat in the one room for like 20 fucking minutes, and the dude's like, Stanley, if you don't fucking move, I swear to God. He's like, Stanley, I'm not fucking playing with you anymore. I'm gonna restart the game if you don't move. He's like, alright, fine. I'm gonna play that game, Stanley. 3, 2, 1. The fucking game restarts. And the guy, Eddie, he was fucking dumbfounded. And I was like, yeah, that's funny as fuck, but kind of scary. The light is on. Call exit 914 immediately. Call 914 immediately. The light is on. Oh shit! Why did the light switch? Alright, 7. Are you here? What do I do? Copy. Mind control facility. See, I've already done. I'm on YouTube. I'm on YouTube. Dude, I watched a video. Okay, there's this guy named Joe Bart, right? He's a Joe Bartolozzi. He he has funny moments, right? He's a chill guy. I like some of his videos, but he's kind of a clown sometimes. Sometimes he's a fucking clown. Like the one day, bro, there was this video from these people that I love. They have two channels. One's called Jolly, and one's the Korean Englishman. And they did a video. It was British high schoolers try American candy. British high schoolers try American snacks. British high schoolers try American cereal. American cereal. And he was watching the American snacks one, right? And there was this one kid, and I honestly, when I watched this video, I was like, this kid is so fucking punchable. Like, I know this dude's like 15. He's older now. At the time, 15. I'm like, I'd still rock the shit out of this kid. He was so, like, he'd get something and he'd be like, my grandmother's Italian, so my Italian blood is boiling. And like, he was like, yo, this kid pissed me off. And I'm like, yeah, Joe, tell him. And then at one point, they try a Twinkie, and the fucking kid bites it, and he goes, ugh, and he spits it out. He's like, this is disgusting. And Joe's like, oh, 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 how do you not like a fucking Twinkie? And I started fucking crying. All right, 7. What's the play here? I know how to beat the game from here, but I would like to do what you want me to do. I don't know what happens, but I know how to do it. I haven't
Although
I
this
haven't done
passageway
this.
had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Oh wow. Stanley would meet his violent death. I don't want a violent death.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Uh-oh. Oh fuck. You
At this
will.
point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
I'm telling you, you fucking, you're gonna be like, and then I'm gonna jump down, and then you're gonna be like, oh, you're dumb. Yeah. Oh. Oh.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his
Oh.
demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a
I might
blind
drop
man.
right down.
And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh, okay.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly. And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now?
This is the
Do you
end of the
see that
game.
Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Really? So that was, you want to know what's fucked up? That's the path that I wanted to take. Oh no, you can, yeah, you can, because there's hundreds of different ways to play the game and to end the game.
He pushed the number 4. Stanley stood on the snow. Now look closely, Stanley. See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room. Perfect example of poor level design, textbook mistake. It's the kind of thing you pick up on intuitively if you have...
When you mean, like, when I got my DraftKings shit, that's how I won the 20, that's how I won the $2,100. Well, because what I did, oh, what is that? I don't know, but I know that I bet on something and I won $400 immediately. I don't know what this room is. What do I do here? I went up there and it just took me all the way in a big circle just to come back up here. There's that room, but that's just a room. This room. No, not yet. The game is now paused. Escape menu. For a long time near the ending, it only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Very few players realize this, which is frustrating for everyone. Obey staircase. Disobey. Confusion ending. Is that what this is? The confusion ending? Because I'm pretty motherfucking confused. Oh, I did it. I did it. I did it. I did it. This has to be it. 3, 2. What? The fuck is going on? This game, yo, imagine playing this game on acid. Holy fuck. You would have a bad time. Stanley walked right off.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
What the fuck? Extreme bathroom for the boys. Oh shit! This didn't open before. Interesting artwork. Shit. What would happen if I clicked up? So what the fuck is the point of this? We went on a forward. What the fuck?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf,
It said
looking
green.
behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh my god, it's going so fucking.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I have to go through all this dumb shit. Oh my god.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Strength.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Oh, they're over there.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay, so before I clicked on, now you click. It like starts a countdown and it blows up. There's clearly a way to do it. I just don't know the way to do it.
Blackness, and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Like, I definitely got through the first portion of it. Just didn't know what step.
He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know.
You walk in a fucking wall.
Worth knowing.
It has to be.
Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to
The part
happen.
that scares me is that I died probably 4 different ways. And apparently there's more ways to finish the game correctly without dying. That's what scares me.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
You know, I
came to a set
fucking
of
feel
two open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here.
We'll sit here for a couple of minutes while I take my butter and listen to this dickhead.
Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it. At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room
Jingle Boom is my favorite.
Poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left. Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
God, thank you. Gonna be the Eagles, bro. Gotta be the Eagles. Gotta be. And then it's gonna snow again, right? And then we're going. I mean, in Washington, it does snow. Shit. I mean, the Eagles fucking played LA tonight in the snow. Eagles are out there fucking having fun. Fucking Chargers were like, what the fuck is snow? Yo, your ass is still here. Is not. He heard my sneeze and I fucking awoken him. We were talking so much shit on you, bro. Yo, I'm gonna sit here and this motherfucker is gonna be like, Stanley, I swear to God. I know, bro. I've been getting tired early recently. It's because it's so fucking cold. Your body's like, oh, bedtime. He's taking a hot chick in your ass. Holy shit. I know you're every single person that's ever worked at a fast food restaurant is like, I'm never gonna work at a fast food restaurant again. Or yeah, no, they work like fuck. Wawa, Wawa was okay, but it was just the managers that made it shitty. Burger King, I literally quit. Yeah, but they have like four different managers. No, they have big stores. No, but you have a whole ass deli, so you have to have a deli manager. Then you have to have the manager of all the food and shit that's in the store. You have to have the store, the assistant manager. Then you have uh shit in like the back manager. There's all types of shit. But the one manager who would run the shift that I worked on, second shift, for some reason didn't like me. She was a bitch all the time and made me do shit that was supposed to be two people by myself. And then she'd be like, why is this getting backed up? And I'm like, because there's supposed to be two people here. And she's like, oh, oh no. And then I went to the boss and I was like, hey, I'm just like, I'm not trying to be a dick or anything, but there's supposed to be what? No, I'm all right. Um, how it's supposed to be run, right? And he was like, no, that's not how it's supposed to be run. And then so she got a talking to and then started treating me 10 times worse. Complete dog shit. But no, Burger King, what happened? That's even worse. I worked for one day, right? I went in my first day and she was like, sit in the office and do your fucking onboarding. It'll be 8 hours. You'll get one break. And I was like, okay. I was like, all right, no problem. And then fucking literally, uh, I don't know, I'm probably like 6, 7, maybe 7.5 hours in, and literally the phone starts ringing in the office. And so there's like no customers this. So I walk out and I'm like, hey, the phone's ringing. And he looks at me and goes, what the fuck do you want me to do about that? And I was just like, answer it. And she just literally, she was like, fuck you want me to do about that? And I was like, answer it. And she literally just turned back around and started fucking talking to somebody else. And I was like, yeah, nope, not doing this shit. Literally just stopped doing my shit, sat in the dining room, waited for my fucking mom to come pick me up. I was like, I'm not fucking working with that dumb bitch. Oh, because you want to know what happened, right? Is that chick got fucking canned because it wasn't like it wasn't like a Burger King executive, but it was like a Burger King executive's family member in town visiting like his wife's family and was like, oh, no, 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 no. This happened like probably 2 or 3 months later. Some dude was coming through because the one cleaner guy is friends with my mom. So Earl, he used to be a cleaner there before he was in an accident. He's all like fucked up now, but he was the cleaner there. And I guess what happened was is the dude was like visiting. And maybe it was an executive, but the dude was like visiting the area and was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go check out the Burger King." And he was like, "Hey, blah, blah, blah." And she just started like she was screaming at the employees, and the guy was like, "What, blah blah blah, whatever." And she's like, "It's none of your fucking business. Mind your own fucking business or get the fuck out." And fucking the dude was like, I don't know if he was like, "We're gonna have to have a talk right now," or if he like called someone and was like, "We're gonna have to have a talk right now." But apparently he was like, "You now here," and fucking the next day she was gone. Next day fired. But I mean, if you talk to a fucking executive or an executive's family member like that, if you're at the end of the day, and this is the same thing with Cameron's boss, if you're a piece of shit for long enough, one day you're gonna piss off the one person that actually has the capability to do it. That's why I need to get a hold of the people at the fucking office, but Cam's like, "Oh, it's not gonna go through." All these people that fucking try to file reports, and I'm like, "Oh, all of these people that may or may not even be fucking legal Mexican fucking citizens are trying to fucking complain." I'm like, be fucking cool, but take care of my grandma. There you go. That'd be cool. Dude, you want to fuck me up, right? Is the first day I was at Goodwill, I had like an existential crisis. I was like, bro, how am I going to work this job for a year, 2 years? I'm like, how am
But
I
at
going to do
last,
this
he
every
had
single day?
enough of the amazing room and took the
And
first
then
open door on his
fucking
left to get back to
finally, all right,
business.
I'm kind of sick of this game. I like fucking around in weird Fortnite shit. I pray still. It makes you think. But if I was gonna play a game like that, I would play Subliminal or Superliminal. You never played Superliminal? Uh-uh. I have Prey still.